Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2021 related video here on my channel, and specifically I will once again be talking about the Swedish selection for Eurovision, which is of course Melodifestivalen. Last night, at the time of recording this video, last night was Saturday the 27th of February, we had Heat 4, where two more songs progressed directly to this year's Melfest final, and two other songs went through to next week's second chance round, and I'm going to be talking about the second chance round briefly in this video. So, we've heard all of this year's Swedish contenders. Of course, many of them are now eliminated. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which act, which song do you think will come out on top a short while from now and represent Sweden at this year's Eurovision, which is scheduled to take place this May at the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. So, my thoughts on last night's Heat 4. But before then, we know, directly through to the final, Dandy Dancer by Danny Saucedo, which is all about the staging. It's this sort of funky pop number. Danny is bopping about with a couple of other people on stage. He's in a sort of cardboard box house. I think it's put together very well. It's quite elaborate, the staging, in a way, but I don't think this is that amazing. His previous two Melfest attempts, which of course both finished second several years ago, I think they were stronger. This is not a winner in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts though. Arvingada, the 1993 representatives, are back with a sort of dance band, uplifting pop number, Tänker inte alls gå hem. I have to say I really enjoyed this at the time. I watched it back earlier, still really enjoy it. They've got these light-up structures on stage, very similar to Australia 2015 with Guy Sebastian, in Vienna of course. Four guys, black suits, great vocals. It's just very charming. And this sort of thing can do very well in Sweden. We've seen it before. Dotter with Little Tot. Now last year she was the runner-up, of course, behind the Mamas. This is, in my opinion, the strongest song in this year's Melfest lineup. She's in a sort of black outfit, a couple of other people on stage with her. Sort of halfway through the performance, she moves up onto this little podium. Quick camera cuts, I really like that. She sings it very well. It's a sort of pulsating pop number. I think it's in with a really good chance of winning. New Religion by Anton Ewald. This is his third Melfest attempt, several years since his last. He was thrilled to qualify. Lasers as part of the lighting here. Two guys on stage with him. Fair bit of choreography. I just think this song gets a little bit dull, sort of, as we move into the final third. I can actually see this struggling a little bit. It doesn't really stand out from the field. Let me know your thoughts. Former Eurovision winner Charlotte Perrelli is into the final with Still Young. They've gone for this sort of classic look to the staging and the lighting, lots of greys and silvers. She's in a sort of shimmery dress. Several other people on stage with her. Vocals are great. It's an uplifting, soaring sort of song. But I don't think it's going to be our winner. If anything, it's quite dated. It's Schlager pop. Tusse is the only newcomer into this Melfest final so far, which I think is really disappointing. Everybody else has appeared in at least one Melfest final, but Tusse hasn't. And he's the one to beat, as far as I'm concerned. Voices is very powerful, it's got a message behind it, he's totally in control of this song, he looks very smart as well in that red suit. A couple of other people on stage with him. It's all very simply done, but it comes across so well. Vocals on point. He could convincingly win this year's Melfest, and if he goes to Eurovision in May, he will absolutely smash the opposition in the jury vote, I'm sure. It's just ready-made for Eurovision. It's ready-made for those jury points. We've then got Erik Saade with Every Minute. Now this went through from last night's Heat 4. Minimal lighting for this one, but there's a sort of white square on the stage floor. He's in an all-white outfit. It reminded me a little bit of Euphoria, actually, because you'll remember with Euphoria, back in 2012 by Lorraine, that she was alone and then towards the end was joined by this person in a black outfit who started dancing. We had that with Erik last night. It's a decent song, but I don't think it's incredible, and I'm not sure it's the song that Sweden should be choosing. Erik, of course, finished third in the 2011 contest. And then the Mamas. Now, if they win, it will be a third victory in a row. They were part of John Lundvik's team for the Tel Aviv contest in 2019. They won last year by a very narrow margin indeed. This year, in the middle, this started off with the trio in the same outfits that they wore last year, and then they sort of transform into these golden outfits. The song, it's sort of gospel pop. It's not quite as catchy or memorable as Move, but I still think this is solid stuff. The vocals are great. That's the strongest element of this song. Will Sweden vote for them? I'm sure they will. Is it going to be our Melfest winner? I'm not too sure. It will go close. I think the voting could once again really go down to the wire. So, Heat 4. I'm going to go through the other songs now. And I know I've said this already, but please do let me know your thoughts. Song 1 last night was Good Life by Tess Merkel, who was formerly part of Alcazar, who've been involved in Melfest loads of times over the years. I thought this was staged very well. We had sort of red lasers. I think she was a bit reliant on the pre-recorded backing track. A couple of other people on stage with her. This sounded to me like a song that you'd get at a fashion show when the models are coming down the catwalk, and these people that were on stage with her, they were sort of moving and posing like models, I guess. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess the song just wasn't quite strong enough to make the top 4. Second chance round is what I predicted for this, I think. Can't quite remember, but alas, it is out. Fun stuff to get the show going. Song 2, Lovad. A newcomer. Didn't really know too much about her coming into this. Still don't know too much about her, but I am very interested to listen to some of her other material, because I thought this was great. I think it's the most underrated Melfest song of this year. Allting är precis likadant. In Swedish, great. Very simple staging. She had the smoke machine, and she performed it very well. The vocals were great, and we had this sort of hologram of a dancing guy popping up on screen at various points. You'll know what I'm on about if you've seen the performance. Just great. I was really engaged with this. I thought it was very beautiful. Beautiful and fragile. Just absolutely terrific. It finished 6th. I should say Tess finished 5th. Really disappointed this is out, because it was one of the strongest performances of the night, in my personal opinion. I just really loved the melody. And, oh yeah, absolutely beautiful. I know I'm repeating myself here, but it was great. Song 3, Ephraim Leo with Best of Me. This is just sort of radio-friendly, slick pop by a young guy. He had 2 other guys on stage with him who kept moving their microphone stands about. This wasn't that amazing. Vocals were fine, but we get songs like this every year, and they do tend to sneak through to the second chance round at least. I don't mind this, but it's not that amazing. Song 4, The Mamas, I've already spoken about. That was great. Song 5, Sanix All Inclusive, another dance band, but Arvingana did it better. This was a little bit cheesy, quite catchy though, fun. Vocals were pretty good. All male group this. Really don't have too much else to say about it. It finished last. I think most people probably saw that coming. Song 6. Now this is a song that for some reason I just brushed aside when I watched the rehearsal footage the other day and listened to the 1 minute long audio snippet that was released. You can watch my reaction to it. It's up on my channel. But this is Clara Klingenström with Behöver inte die idag. And she's pretending to play the guitar. I don't think the guitar is needed. But I guess it gives her something to do with her hands rather than just sort of awkwardly standing there. Very nice vocals. This is just lacking a bit of power, lacking a bit of oomph, which is something I've said so many times on this channel. But I really don't mind this, and the fact it's through to the second chance round is not too surprising. I don't think it will go through though, but it's a job well done. And then Erik Saade, again, I've already spoken about. It's interesting that the last song in each heat has gone directly through to the final. So is the running order, really that random, I guess? No, they know what they're doing. The favourite usually is put on last. Yeah, that's it. So the second chance round will take place on Saturday the 6th of March. I think a lot of people will be focused on other Eurovision shows though. So Duel 1 sees Alvaro Estrella with Baila Baila, which is this fairly typical Latin pop song, quite colourful. Alvaro sings fairly well, but he's quite reliant on the backing track vocals if you ask me. And he's up against Lila Sister with Pretender, which sort of came out of nowhere. I don't think many people really expected this to do any good, but I really like it. It's a sort of accessible, sort of rock metal song. Really good. It's quite melancholic at times and then very heavy at other times. As for who I would prefer, I narrowly like Alvaro's song more than Lila Sister, and I think Alvaro will go through. I think Alvaro finished third in semi-final 3, and Lila Sister finished fourth in semi-final 1. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Duel 2, now this is quite a difficult one to predict. It's Frida Green with The Silence. Great vocals, one of the best vocalists this year, up against Paul Ray with The Missing Piece. Now I prefer this entry from Paul over Talking in My Sleep from the other year. But I think I might be in the minority with that one. Frida's song is fine, but it's a fairly generic ballad that doesn't really live that long in the memory. As such, I think Paul will win this duel by a narrow margin. I think Paul finished third in Heat 1, and I think Frida finished fourth in Heat or semi-final 2. As for Heat 3, we've got Ava and Juva with Rena Rama Ding Dong, and I have to say, this is performed very well indeed. The vocals, okay, maybe they're a little shaky towards the end, and the staging, yeah, it is what it is. But this is fun, and it's very welcome. But I'm surprised people are loving this as much as they are. We've had jokey entries before that a lot of people have just put to one side, so I'm surprised this one is garnering so much attention. I really don't know what it is. It's very charming. And those two women are up against Clara Klingenström, and I've just spoken about that song. I think Ava and Juva should win this fairly comfortably. As I said a moment ago, I think Rena Rama Ding Dong finished third in Heat 2, and Clara Klingenström finished fourth in semi-final 4. Yes. And then Duel 4 is between Clara Hammarström and Ephraim Leo. This could be very, very close indeed. Clara Hammarström, a lot of people really like that song, like that performance. She was in this sort of silver body armour. She looked great and sounded great. Wasn't too sure about the outfit sort of matching this song, but I don't mind it now. Beat of Broken Hearts is a fine song. Nothing original, but it's very nicely done. And Ephraim Leo, I've already spoken about. I think Clara will win this, despite the fact that I believe she finished fourth in Heat 3, and Ephraim finished third in Heat 4. So there we go. I think the grand final lineup will be, as we already know, Danny Saucedo, Arvingana, Dotter, Anton Ewald, Charlotte Perrelli, Tussa, Erik Saade and the Mamas, plus Alvaro Estrella, Paul Ray, Ava and Juva, and Clara Hammarström. So, who's going to win? I think it will be Tussa. I think that he will crush the opposition in the jury vote, for want of a better phrase, and then he'll do very well in the public vote. The only other acts I can see winning, the Mamas, Dotter, and at a push, Erik Saade. I can't see Erik winning myself. Probably third or fourth in the final. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now because this has been a very rambly, messy sort of video. I will be back next week with more videos. We've got so many songs to come, it's unbelievable. Next Saturday's jam-packed. We've got Italy, we've got Denmark, another show in Sweden, loads and loads of things happening. We've got the Serbian song coming up, we've got the UK song coming up, we've got the Dutch song very soon. Loads of blog posts, loads of videos. I'm back at work next week, so time will be thin on the ground in order to get these videos filmed and the blog posts typed up. But, as always, there are links in the description below to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. Share this video, like this video, do whatever you like. Subscribe. I've been getting a few new subscribers lately, so thank you very much for that. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. And that's it. Roll on the rest of this Eurovision 2021 season. Let me know your thoughts on Melfest, who's going to win, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.